One of the biggest questions that I have from individuals on my channel, how to stop a car repo from garnishing their paycheck. They've ran into problems paying for their car, either because the car kept breaking down or they got put into a bad subprime loan or even a regular loan, and it's just the payments were too high, income issues, budgeting problems, and they just could not afford the car anymore. And now they got sued, and the company is garnishing their paycheck from that auto repo. So I'm going to tell you some things that you need to check out to be able to, number one, get that garnishment stopped. But I'm also going to go back to the beginning of how the whole thing was able to be able to happen, how they were able to even garnish your wages. So first, let's start with how are they even able to garnish your wages over this car repo? They're able to do it because they submitted a complaint, summons and complaint to the court. The court had you served, or the lawyer served you or attempted to serve you, and you didn't respond to that complaint, which resulted in them either getting a judgment because they can prove you were served, or a default judgment when they could not prove you were served, or they use alternative service means and you did not respond to the lawsuit. That's the first mistake that you made, if you fall into that category, is you did not respond to the lawsuit. Because when you don't respond to the lawsuit, everything they say in that document is considered true by the court. So when the court considers it true, these are the things that they're considering true: that you had no objection to anything that's in that complaint, that you had no objection to the amount that they're claiming that you owe, that you had no objection to the way that they disposed of the vehicle. You had no objection to the amount that they disposed the vehicle for, which is at auction, unless it was broken down and they sold it for junk. So when you don't respond to that lawsuit, that's what it actually means, is that you have no objections. You've given up all of your rights to dispute anything. That's what that means. So the first mistake that you either made or people make when they're getting garnished of their paycheck for a repossessed vehicle is that they did not respond to the lawsuit. Now let's jump over to how we can get the garnishment to stop. First, the first thing is look at all of the exemptions that are available to you, depending on your income, depending on if you are active duty, you might be on Social Security, disability, you might be getting from child support, you might be active duty, if I didn't already say that. There's federal and state laws for the type of income that you're receiving that could be exempt to where they just cannot take your money. They just cannot take it. Now, if you're working, you have so-so income or, pretty good income, you could either have it stopped or you could get it reduced based on this. And you got to look at your state laws. Depending on how much money you earn, you may not be able to get garnished, because they do try to allow you to have money to sustain yourself. Also, depending on the amount of dependents that you have in your family, it could either stop the garnishment or it could reduce the garnishment, drastically, because you just don't earn enough money and they want to be able to make sure that you have enough money to feed your family. So those would be the ways to stop the garnishment of your paycheck. Those two ways are the way that you're going to want to look at. Another way that you could stop, if you received a default judgment, you can actually motion to get the judgment set aside, because you have a default judgment, which means that the judge put into consideration that you did not get service, that they used alternative service. That means that they either left it at your door, gave it to somebody, you didn't get it in hand. They don't have proof that you actually got it in hand, so the judge gave a default judgment, which gives you the ability to be able to have the case reopened. But here's also something that I wanted to make you aware of. Just because it's a default judgment, the judge doesn't always overturn it or set it aside, because they don't want to have the courts packed up with people all over again, where it's going to result in a judgment again anyways. So within that, you need to let the judge know. If you do this yourself, we also provide this service, but if you choose to do this yourself, you need to make sure that the judge knows that you're going to have a defense. And based in that defense, when you're looking at an auto repo, I just touched on some of them. You get to challenge the auction statement. If they didn't provide that to you, you get to challenge the way that they disposed of the vehicle, because they could have just damn near gave the car away. There's ways, challenges on the way that they repoed the vehicle. There's challenges that you could initiate based on the type of loan, the contract, all types of stuff that you could start to challenge, but you got to do that from the beginning. You got to do it from the beginning. But when you're getting a motion to set aside, and you had a default judgment, you're gonna base that on that you were not informed, they didn't have jurisdiction, and then also notify the judge that you do have a defense that you will put into play if the motion to set aside is granted. So if you need help with that, you can visit us at summonsmaster.com, where you can just hit the contact form and we can help you with a motion to set aside a default judgment. If you have a lawsuit from the beginning, remember what I said, you can avoid all of this stuff if you just respond to that lawsuit appropriately from the beginning. You can go to summonsmaster.com, where you can get a fully formatted response and a defense to help you get your case dismissed. If you need help with your credit, you can visit us at thecreditrepairshop.com. Watch the video, What Makes Us Different, so you can see my 8-point validation process, my 2-phase settlement process. If you need your credit reports and scores, go to the website your3scores.com to grab your TransUnion, Equifax, Experian credit reports, and all 3 scores. Thank you for your time. Subscribe to the channel. Post your questions and comments. This is Stephen A. Williams, president and founder of thecreditrepairshop.com and creator and founder of summonsmaster.com. Thank you.